Hey, my name is Dora Sadovich, and I am a co-founder of Team Ted Fitness and an independent Beachbody coach. And I wanted to make this video to give you my 5 top tips for how to get through Insanity Max 30 and get the most out of your results. So I've been doing Insanity Max 30 now since January, and it's July, so I'm on basically the last week of my 3rd round. And being somebody who's always loved Insanity, being an Insanity fitness instructor, this program really spoke to me, and I really, really enjoyed it, and I love the results I got with it. And I figured I would just share a few tips on what I have found to be the most essential aspect of getting the most out of this program and getting the most out of your results. So the first is to not quit on yourself. So the idea of the program is that you go till your absolute max, which means you go until your muscles are like, I'm done, I can't do another push-up, I can't do another squat, like things just stop, and you're like, I need to take a break. That is the idea of maxing out. You push that limit, you push your comfort zone, because every time you do a little bit more, you're going to get stronger over time, and you're literally going to increase your strength and your endurance and your abilities, because you're always going to your absolute most, and then pushing a little bit beyond that. So don't quit too early on yourself. It isn't about, working out until you start sweating a little bit, or you feel uncomfortable, or you feel like, I'm kind of getting tired, I'm getting a little winded. The idea is you push yourself to give your absolute best and to give 110%, and then you give a little bit more. And when you do that every single day, that is how you get better. That's how you get stronger, and that's how you really impress yourself and realize you could do things that you would have never thought you could have done. That is really the key to improving with this program. Secondly, and now this is not an official Beachbody suggestion, this is just my personal recommendation, and it's more for people who've been working out for a while, who've maybe done Insanity before, you've done some of these programs, you're comfortable with working out. Not that it doesn't apply to people who are new to this, but it might be easier to do if you've worked out before and you're comfortable with your body, you know different workouts. But basically my tip is modify in a way that works for you. So the awesome thing about Insanity Max 30 and most Beachbody programs is there's a modifier, because not everyone can jump, not everyone is, a super duper fitness person. Some people, it's their day 0, their day 1. Some people have been doing this for years. And between injuries and different disabilities, we just all have different limits. And the modifier helps deal with some of that. Now, what I found is that sometimes there's levels in between of what the full move is and full exercise and the maximum version of it and the modification. I sometimes feel I can't quite do whatever the max is asking me, but the modifier, it almost doesn't do anything for me. I need a challenge, but I can't quite commit to the full workout. So what I do is I find intermediates that work for me, and I think some of the best ways to figure that out is if there's certain aspects of a move that you're like kick-ass at, work the hardest on those and modify as needed. So if you're really good at squat stuff, but you're not so great at jumping, go really into those squats, work those squats. If you're awesome about push-ups, but you're not very good with, say, jumping stuff or squat stuff, work on those push-ups. Really focus on working on the parts that you're really good at, and get creative with the modifications. If just stepping isn't good enough for you, but jumping is too much, try hopping. It's all about finding that middle ground that I think helps you build up to that max and not cheat yourself. Then, also speaking of cheating yourself, this is huge for any fitness program, and it's the nutrition. There's a guide that comes with the program. It is foolproof if you follow it. It's simple. It really takes the guesswork out of the work. You're not counting calories, you're not weighing food, you're going by size or container size, depending on whether you get containers or that are also using 21-day fix for anyone who's familiar with that. But it's simplified. If you follow it to a T, you're going to see results. And don't cheat yourself there. I will be honest, I probably would be a lot more shredded right now after 3 rounds if I didn't enjoy beer here and there and some gourmet donuts, because there's some amazing ones like down the street from us. I enjoy chocolate. I enjoy the occasional muffin. I enjoy eating out. I don't eat perfect 100% of the time. I don't pretend to eat 100% perfect. I enjoy food and I enjoy treating myself, but I also accept that affects my results. and that if I committed to the plan 100%, I would get way better results. And, I'm okay with that at this point. I find that balance that works for me and it keeps me happy and satisfied. And I think everyone should find that balance that works for them. But if you want to get the best results, then you need to be honest with yourself and you need to be honest about following the nutrition program and you need to just commit to it. In the end, it's 2 months of your life. If you can just sit down and say, for these 2 months, I'm just going to follow this to a T and just get through it, then you're going to get awesome results. And if you're not being honest about what you're eating or you're expecting to get like insane results, but your nutrition is, just understand that there's that balance that you got to find that works for you. And if you can commit to the nutrition, it's going to work. If you can commit to 80%, it's still going to work pretty well. But just realize that, however much you're taking away from one end, it's going to fill into another end. So just something to keep in mind, and just be honest with yourself is really the key about nutrition, because the nutrition matters. There's just no getting around that. You can't work out, have an awesome workout, and then go eat 12 calzones and be like, oh yeah, why am I not getting abs? That's just the reality of the situation. That's all. Keep a record. So there's a calendar that you can print out that comes along with Max 30. There's one that gets shipped with it, but I don't like to ruin those things, so I had to print them out. But track your time. Every second matters with this program, and every second is something to celebrate. So if you did, if you maxed out at 7 minutes and 30 seconds one workout, and then next week that workout you max out at 7:31, that's huge. As long as you know you are going to your absolute max and you're pushing yourself, and you get that extra second, that means you're 1 second stronger, and that's huge, and that's something to celebrate. And it's also something great to go in with mentally and say, look, last time I did 7 minutes, 30 seconds. I'm whatever I gotta do, whatever I gotta say to myself, however long I gotta breathe it out, however much I gotta stare off into space, whatever you gotta do to get through that workout, you at least have a goal in mind that I need to pass that 7 minutes, 30 seconds. I don't care how much beyond it, as long as I go to that and beyond. So really track your time. It's so important, and it's really fun to also see your progression over time and see how, what your absolute max was your first round, the third time around, you're like, that's not even a warm-up for me. So track your time, track your max out to him. It's so important for this program. I think it's an essential component of really being able to progress. Lastly, take pictures. Seriously, people, take your pictures. I know it can be uncomfortable. I know if it's your first time and you hate the way you look, you hate the way you feel, it can be uncomfortable and embarrassing. Whatever. Just take them. Nobody has to see them. You keep them for you. They're your motivation. They're your tool. That's all you gotta do with them. If you want to share them, you share them. If you don't, you don't. But take your pictures. Pictures are so much more meaningful than the scale, even how your pants fit, all that nonsense. I will tell you, with this program, after 3 rounds, my weight has not moved. I've been basically between 129 and 132 for the last 6 months, which is huge because I haven't gained anything, which is great. But I will say, the weight, after a certain point too, if you've been working out for a while, weight can only mean so much. I like to use it as one of the many things I pay attention to, but I don't let it drive how I feel about my results or how I feel about my fitness. The pictures have just spoken way more volume. I've been able to see definition in places like in my back where I hadn't seen before. I know my legs feel way more solid than ever before. I could actually do a 5K last week. I've never been able to run. My endurance has been, I'm not a runner. I don't do things like that. And I was able to do it fine. My legs felt fine. I was like, this is great. And really, you're going to see changes in your body that are not going to reflect in your weight, that are not necessarily going to reflect in your clothing. I'm still wearing all the same stuff. In fact, some of my pants are tighter. But you know why? Because my quads are because all that plyometrics. So take pictures. Keep them for yourself if you need to. But take them regularly, every week, every 2 weeks. Take them in the same position. Take them in the same spot in your house. Try to do it in the same lighting. And really use them to track. And again, I'm fine with using weight, using measurements. All these things I think are all valuable. You can't give one too much weight. But pictures, those changes sometimes, and even honestly in your smile and your confidence and how you hold yourself, all that stuff's going to translate into pictures that you're not going to catch that in measurements such as weight or inches. So those are my 5 tips for getting the most out of this program. I think it's an awesome program. I've loved Shanti for years, but this is my baby. This is the program for me. I will probably do this forever. But it's great. And it really, if you're honest with yourself, you're honest about your work, you're ready to put in the work, you don't want to just go through the motions, and you're ready to get those results, I promise you will get those results. And if you need any more help, if you want suggestions on meal plans or modifications, or how to get the most out of this really, and how to get through every day of this experience, I'm more than happy to connect with you on Facebook, or you know, even through email. I'm more than happy to share everything about my experience, my meals, all that good stuff, because I think this program is awesome and I want everyone to have the best experience with it. So I'm more than happy to share every little bit of knowledge and experience I have with it. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I look forward to sharing another video with you soon. Bye guys, thanks for watching.